Chris, and welcome back to Northgarden Comics. It is Sunday, August 2nd, and day 2 of this August vlog series of videos, or Vlogust. I've heard of other YouTube creators doing this type of a theme every day, vlogging their way through the month of August, and I figured I would give it a go. I will be keeping my content to comic and comic related videos, so video length will be shorter or longer day by day, depending on what comic related things happen in my life on that day. It's early on this Sunday morning, so I'm talking more quietly. This is my favorite time of day, before the house is awake and kind of buzzing with activity. Usually take this time to watch some YouTube videos, comic related content, or catch up on some comic related reading, or just have that sit and have that quiet time where nothing's going on and it's just peaceful. I've got my cup of coffee here, drinking this morning out of my Midtown Comics mug. This is a mug from the Midtown Comics store, the Times Square location there, and the sign, for those not familiar with New York City, that's the logo is styled after a subway sign, and usually try to visit there. I grew up in New Jersey, and so New York was a relatively frequent place. That was what we would consider our city growing up and living there down at the Jersey Shore. But whenever we go back to visit family and hit the beach, we'll try to take a day, make it a Manhattan day, and do Times Square, Midtown, things like that, and hit the Midtown Comic store. And last time we were there, my wife Nicole, she bought me this mug. So yeah, just hanging out, drinking some coffee. As for the day, not sure what is going to happen today in terms of comic related content. The big project on the docket is we're getting into the garage. Our two oldest daughters, Maddie and Molly, they are college age, and so obviously 2020 is going to be a different kind of a year for everybody, including college students. And we're going to be going through their stuff in the garage, see what they want or the things they're not going to bring back with them. Got to do some organization out there. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. We'll see if we touch back later with some more fun things to share with you. Till then, cheers.
Okay, we are working on the garage project, and we pulled a bunch of stuff out because we're, like I said, organizing my college-age daughter's college stuff, what's going, what's staying, all those kind of good things. And I pulled out, as part of that, this here is my Transformers collection from when I was a kid, and just thought I would show to you. Obviously you can see pretty crudely there, you got Autobots in the one tub, Decepticons in the other, and then miscellaneous in the middle. But I'll show you, these are pretty gnarly looking tubs. These have been in here for many years now. I had these, collected from when I was a kid, when they came out, like '84. And I'll show you though, you can see, I don't know how well it comes up on the video, but like, this is Power Master Optimus Prime. They're all just a mess in here because back in 2004, we were still living in New Jersey, and we had a house fire. I had all of these set up on shelves down in our basement, and that's where the fire originated. And so all of them now are all soot covered, and they are an absolute mess in that sense. And the actual, because of the heat, they were like, I don't know, if you're a Gen X kid, you'll remember maybe Shrinky Dinks, but it'd be like putting these things in an oven, and it actually made them like more brittle. Now this guy, I'm trying to remember who this was. This was a newer one in terms of, for the time. I think this was probably from the Transformers Armada or Energon kind of era of things. But, I had things going all the way back to Gen 1. But these guys were on the top shelf, some of these, and they're super melted. I didn't throw them away for a while. I kept them just as like the fallen in the war. Here's a rat trap that got pretty messed up from Beast. Beast Wars, but this may be more like the Beast Machines type of a thing there. But yeah, there's a rat trap. But and then we'll go over here real quick. I'll show you. Here's the Decepticon tub. Similarly, you got a Unicron in here. You see, he is He is beat up. He's not brittle though, but he is, I mean, he's not melted, but you've got, here's Galvatron, and going back to the Predacons, you got Headmasters, Weird Wolf, Constructicons, the original Gen 1, all kinds of things in here, Stunticons, got some Insecticons, these guys, I forget his name, but yeah. So anyway, and last one I'll show you, here's the miscellaneous tub. What this one is, as a collector, I have some that were still, I remember Inferno. I mean, this guy, I bought him, never opened him, but now he's kind of soot covered. So these would have some value to them if they weren't so damaged that way. This was a line, Heroes of Cybertron. They're just figures. There's a Megatron, Starscream. But what I did, going back, here you go. This toolbox was from when I first started collecting, before I had this many, but I started out with a tackle box, and it's all a mess now, and it's gotten all messed up, but I would actually put their different accessories, their weapons, and different attachments that they came with. I would have them all divided by compartment. Obviously that's been messed up since then, but yeah, so I had done that. Who's this guy? Oh, it's Beast Machines Megatron. He was a dragon. So there's a ton of these, and then the other thing I wanted to show you in here was just, I saved everything. Before the fire, I still had, if I didn't have the full box, I actually would cut out, of course, the tech specs that were on the back of the box. And I have those somewhere. If I find them here, I'll show you. But look, like this is a giant Ziploc bag of lists. I remember going into Toys R Us as a kid, and this was actually, let's see if I can open this with one hand here, but it was an actual, checklist. So, sorry, kind of doing this on the fly here, holding a phone with one hand, but you can see here, it's got a checklist for the Autobots. This one's actually one I've written in, so I was scratching off which ones I had and the Decepticons, but you could see the Autobots on one side, and it's not completely unfolded. But then if I flip it over, here's the Decepticons on the other side. And I remember going into Toys R Us as a teenager, and I would even crack open, I would, kind of slice down the side of a box so I could see which list was in it, because sometimes they would come out with new lists, and I always wanted to know if a new list was out, but I saved all of these lists. And then also you can see here's a bunch of the instructions for transforming them. And it's a mess right now because we had a fire and they all went into this tub, and I just haven't been able to bring myself to get rid of them. But there were these cards. I don't even remember what these were from, but I have so many of these cards from them. And then, let's see here, more cards, there were points that you could get when you would save up, and you could save up points and then mail away for different things, and clubs and things like that. And Reflector there were different characters you could eventually mail away and get. Check this out. I mean, all right, we're going back to the early days of Polaroids here. Look at that. That's a picture from, I was probably, like 14 years old. I had them set up in my bedroom, and I had, I would take pictures of them like that. Here's a Prizes in Disguise Instant Winner Game. Omega Supreme. It's like a transferable, I don't think it was a tattoo. This is kind of scratchy, but it was like a glow. It may have been glow in the dark. But I have a few pictures like that. Here's another one. A bookcase. There's that toolbox on the top left there. And some of them set up. Is that a skateboard? Oh yeah, look at that. Going back mid to late 80s. Yep. So I saved all these things, and in one of these bags in here, I have all their tech specs. I actually have a notebook that I've brought in the house where I was writing out handwritten lists of the ones that I had, the ones that I needed, what my goals were, and it was like, gosh, it goes back to, I think, like 1984. Pretty crazy. So I have all these, and like I said, I haven't been able to bring myself to get rid of them because I'm hoping that eventually I might be able to clean a lot of them up and I wasn't ever sure how to do that. But recently, I did come across a cleaner. It's like orange cleaner, and some of these guys I have actually cleaned. So here's Optimus Prime's trailer. Here's Hot Rod. And these were very soot covered. They're not perfect after I clean them. Like you can see Skylink's here. He's still got some black, but I can, you know, I can handle him and not get soot all over my hands. These will look a lot better. I'm gonna do a proper video one of these days to show you kind of how I clean some of these, and I'll go through cleaning some more of them. But you can still see some of the blackened plastic on there. But these in this small tub are, you know, night and day compared to what they were to begin with. But like I said, one of these days I'll make some time and I'll do a video to show more detail of like what the collection is that I have. But then also I'll show some of the cleaning, and I'll even throw out there, if you know ways of cleaning these that are effective, let me know in the comments, because the cleaner that I'm using is very effective to get the soot off. But what it also does, for example, if I were cleaning this guy, see this sticker? It'll take everything off that sticker, so it would just be clear. It removes all that color, which in the grand scheme of things, I think is a small price to pay to be able to have these usable, because I would love to display some of these in my comic book room again at some point. But right now they're terrible, in terrible condition, and you can even see just from touching them a little bit, my hand's all black from the soot. So like I said, we're going to keep going here with the garage project, but wanted to pause and show you that little bit of my collection. All right, back inside at the end of the day. The garage project was a success. It was a really long day, but we got everything accomplished that we wanted to get done. I am tired and ready for bed now, though, and tomorrow's Monday, so I'm not looking forward to that. I wish I had, as I often feel, one more day to the weekend, but alas, tomorrow's Monday. The next weekend will be here soon enough. One last fun thing to share with you before I go. While we were working on the garage, the FedEx guy showed up, and he dropped off my DCBS order. These are the books I ordered, what would that have been, back in May? And it's my July shipment of pre-order books from DCBS. Not going to open those today. I'm pooped. And besides, if I'm going to do this Vlogust thing and show you a little bit of comic book content for as many days in August as I can, then I got to pace myself and give you something to look forward to. So thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next one.